Of the many applicants, only a few are invited to submit a portfolio.
This is your one shot.
We want this so badly.
I think it's cool to start at the beginning and see the list of designers get narrowed down to 10.
Those are cool. That's damn cute.
Looks a little generic.
The selection of the final 10 is not something that any of us take lightly.
If we decide to make him one of the 10, this process would be very good for him.
I mean, he's not a superstar, I will tell you that.
Well, if he's not selling any of the clothes, we can't have him on the list.
She can come back next year.
We have the responsibility of getting it right.
Should we vote?
It's nerve-wracking, it's terrifying, but it's exciting.
It's a lot of stress. Definitely nervous about it.
Do you want to be in the show? Shut up.
I'm not going to pretend that it's easy.
You worked so hard.
It's very intense.
Are you all up for it?
Every year, hundreds of young American designers apply for the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund.
The CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund is really the first of its kind, and indeed the only one of its kind.
Anna Wintour from Vogue, Diane Von Furstenberg, Jenna Lyons from J. Crew.
Those people can make your career.
We want to support designers that are going to be the future of American fashion. If you look at the landscape of American fashion, it is filled with designers that have been through the Fashion Fund.
Winning the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund is like winning an Oscar. And at the end, the winner gets $400,000 and a mentorship with an industry leader.
10 designers, 4 months, 1 winner. This is the Fashion Fund.
The first meeting is really kind of like a reunion, and we hope that everyone's really looked at their portfolios, watched the videos, and read the applications, and are prepared to represent who they think should be one of the 10.
We only put the people forward who we feel like have a really strong point of view or that actually have a chance.
That morning, a persuasive selection committee member can persuade other members to change their mind.
What we like to do is really talk about only the ones we really like. You want to start with Anna?
Sure. Anna is really about recognizing the talent, putting the talent out there, and making the talent flourish. She really cares about American fashion.
The first one is quite different, a young woman called Becca McCarran. She has a company called Craftsmanship. She does lingerie, which basically means bodysuits for Beyonce and Rihanna, from what I can make out. And she sees her competitors as La Perla and Victoria's Secret. I don't feel we've had anyone in this area before. It's different. I'm not sure it's fashion, but do you want to take a look?
I was trained as an architect and worked for architecture and urban design firms for several years before starting Chromat. I've been designing for 5 years, and I design architectural swimwear, lingerie, and sportswear.
But the technique of her patterns is interesting.
She's done a lot of athletic, and considering where the world is going.
I agree. I agree. I think that's where she could go. I think that's where she could go.
You know, and that point of view, I mean, it's so much part of what girls wear today.
I would put the chromat in and see what she does. I think there's something very interesting.
I agree.
Architecturally, and you'll be surprised.
Diane brings to the Fashion Fund so much enthusiasm, a wealth of knowledge from her many years in the industry, but most importantly, she brings her warmth and her humor.
How many votes do I have?
And her strong sense of support to young people.
Thaddeus O'Neill is quite intriguing, the men's brand. We were at the show last night.
It was fun.
You have problems with the quality.
It's over the top, but sort of intentionally.
There's an attitude to the clothes, and the attitude is his attitude, and that I love.
I think he has obviously a very strong point of view, an interesting narrative around surf, his family, his lifestyle. I think he'd be a very strong ambassador for his own brand.
Let's look at the video.
I grew up in a small bay ocean town in eastern Long Island. The sea has always been my biggest inspiration. I want to push my brand to the next level.
There's a lot here. It's almost too much sometimes.
He is his brand.
All right, so I think we all...
Okay, we like him. All right.
One I'd like to put forward, David Hart. It's a men's tailored line. It's kind of Mad Men meets kind of hate Aspreys. A lot of great color, a lot of great fabrications. He started in the women's wear world and has kind of gravitated to men's. I have to say, I thought his video was great. I thought the presentation was great. It was a kind of bunch of cards that you could interlock like a kind of desk toy. If you guys want to take a look.
I'm a menswear designer based in Brooklyn, New York. The fund is a unique opportunity to present David Hart to a panel that can offer the guidance I need to grow my business and build a global brand.
I like it. That's cute. I think this is so clever.
Clearly it's not a huge business. I just think that level of inventiveness and creativity is quite interesting.
I don't oversell it. You should see how many menswear.
The other one I had was Matt Baldwin. He's from Kansas City. It's basically a denim line. Let's watch Matt Baldwin's video.
What's up, CFDA? It's Matt Baldwin, founder and designer of the Baldwin brand. Welcome to my home in Kansas City. In 2003, my wife and I founded a specialty clothing store for men and women in Kansas City. We love what we do. We're passionate about people and product in this community. Meet Scout, the newest member of the Baldwin family. My wife Emily and I have 3 kids. We've got 2 boys and a girl. Thank you, CFDA. Hope to see you all in New York soon. Peace.
I think he's got a nice personality.
I like it. He's very like American.
I mean, it's a question of whether we want a jean person or not.
And then the other one, I have to say, you know, Gypsy Sport is, I think it's this great label by this kid, Ria Uru. It's a kind of ambi-sexual, gender-crossing, gender-fluid, cool, street sportswear.
Can we see his video?
Yeah.
I started to design because I wanted to have fun. I've been in business for 3 years, and I started as a men's designer, but lately I've been really interested in exploring if there even is a boundary between men's and women's anymore.
It's a tiny, tiny, tiny business.
How much does he sell? $50 a year.
I can provide you with a magnifying glass. You know, when I was reading his application, he would say, you know, look, I'm really for the kid who has about no more than $300 to spend.
He's dialed in to his generation because his generation doesn't want fancy, expensive clothes. I mean,
It has a point of view.
That's a point of view.
Okay. I think the Baja people are so much stronger.
Baja East. I was inspired a little bit by what they did.
Andrew is, of course, the gentleman that has made Theory a hugely successful, international brand. He is someone who is able to commercialize and make a success of a designer's signature. It's a very important thing to have in the fashion fund.
I think they should strongly be considered.
They both come out of, the fashion world. They worked in showrooms at Lanvin and merchandisers.
Is it men's or women's?
Both.
That's the new thing.
Please consider us to compete as finalists in the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund 2015.
I like their aggression, there's the confidence.
I like what they did. I definitely think, after seeing where we are, I definitely think they would qualify. Do you like the clothes? No.
You talk about things you've seen before. I mean, everything in that book has been in someone else's book.
You're absolutely right, but it's impressive.
It's just been a wonderful moment just to hear people's opinions about the group that we're looking at and the group that we're trying to select. It's a moment of real debate and discovery.
All right, so I have Jonathan Simkai. He does women's wear. I think he is definitely somebody.
I really enjoy spending a lot of time at the stores and connecting with women, and that's the ultimate pleasure, giving them those outfits that just make them feel good and make them feel like they can conquer the world.
He's got probably a $5 million business and growing.
If we decide to make him one of the 10, this process would be very good for him.
Yeah.
And I think it would be a fantastic growing experience.
Great exposure for him, too.
And great exposure. And I will say, he does personal appearances in my stores. Customers love him.
Yes.
He's really good with people.
He's fantastic with people, and I think that's
He seems very composed.
a real
I think
bonus.
sometimes some of the collections, having been to see them, sometimes the taste is a little off.
And we can help with that through this.
But those things look very pretty on the video.
I have another one. I have Dezo. She is a jewelry designer. It's real stones, so it's interesting. You see the way it's made?
Well, she's inspired by the ocean.
Yeah, but I mean,
Okay, so do we have a lot of waves?
Yes, that's all. That's all you have.
It's always about the ocean and the respect that I have for the ocean. The CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund is very important for me because
because they are the best mentors in the industry, and that's what I need in my company to take it to the next level.
I would like to give a prize to someone in their video who doesn't say we want the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund to bring us to the next level. Okay, can we just have one?
I would like to see the jewelry, but I think it's nice.
All right, so Diane had two good ones.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go to Ken.
The other designer I have is Chris Galinas, who is interesting. I don't know what other ready-to-wear people we have on the table. He comes from a background working with Olivier Teiskens at Teiskens Theory. I'm sure you're probably familiar with Chris.
Let's look at Chris's video. I like Chris.
I started out studying business, not really having access to design or the world of design, and I ended up getting a job, very fortunately, at Marc Jacobs, working as a buyer. You know, I'm very excited to now be putting those lessons and that knowledge to work on my own line.
I like him a lot.
I go and see his presentations, I see his shows, I think he's creative. I just don't see that creativity just yet transferring into kind of commercially sound ideas.
He's clever and got an interesting idea and style. I mean, the problem is he does not have a business.
I think I should put forward Cadet. I went to their presentation yesterday and it was nice.
Like, the aesthetic is very clear.
Can we look at the video?
Our company is called Cadet, and we've been in business for 3.5 years. What sets us apart is that we're actually a retailer. So we have 3 stores.
They seem to have a very clear point of view with the product.
I've been following that collection for a few seasons, and I think they're smart guys. I think they're enthusiastic guys, and the collection continues to grow in a very positive direction as they move forward. And I actually love that whole paratrooper take that they did this season that just showed. I agree. I think that they should be put on the table and considered.
All right.
Jenna?
Okay. Jenna is a designer first, but she's also a retailer. She's modern. She understands also a certain level of fashion with J. Crew.
I think she's led a company at a time when the importance of personal style has never been more important or stronger.
The first one I had was, it's called Brother Veli's. She makes shoes in Africa.
She makes shoes in Africa.
She does.
That's all she does?
Okay. You have to see though, I think what I will say is that her aesthetic is quite well defined. She's made some pretty incredible pieces that...
Let's see her video.
The CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund will help my business because I have come super far with what I've started with. I think that the mentorship and the brand exposure will really help empower me to take my company to the next level, and I completely...
There it is.
And I am producing in South Africa, Kenya, and here in beautiful Marrakesh, Morocco right now, which I'm super proud of. Thank you so much for your time.
I like what she said.
She's a baby, clearly. Like, when I read it, I watched the video, I was like, oh my God, she's so young. In terms of just what I've seen for people who've put their books together, her point of view feels clearer than a lot of the ones that I've seen. Right, and also I think she's got an idea of what she wants to do, and she's not all over the place, that's for sure.
She can focus.
Yeah, she can focus, that's for sure. I liked her. This morning I think was really about how do you build a balanced, interesting group, and how do we actually find a way to, share something with a more mixed audience, not just everyone having the same kind of background and ideas. And that was interesting. It's hard though, it makes it more challenging.
The ones that I have on the question mark
I think Cadet is boring.
Was Cadet, Baha East, and Chroma, the bodywear girl. Do you want to? I mean, she would be fun.
I wasn't crazy about Chromat, but everyone else seemed to be.
The one who makes these armor kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. It's certainly to bring us to the next level.
Yeah, let's go to the next level.
Is it the right design sensibility that we see having longevity in our industry? Because that's so much what the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund is about. Where will they go from here?
David Hart does his own thing, and I really like it, and I went to his presentation, but it's nothing we haven't seen before. And at least Cadet is a slightly, well, it's a little bit different. I just think they might deserve to be on the list more than Chromat.
I think Jeffrey is right. I don't really care for that Chromat.
I'm more interested in Chromat and Cadet than I am the combination of, say, Chromat and Desert.
Do you want to lose the jeweler, the crashing wave jeweler, put Cadet on instead of
But I think I would like to put her certainly in the finalist. I like her very much.
How about Cadet versus Baldwin?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, I love.
All right, are you two going to go to Kansas City for the site visit?
No, but you will tell us all about it. We may all be coming at it from a slightly different world, but the overwhelming sense of wanting to do the right thing is what I think
guides all of us.
David,
Yes.
what do you like? Cadet or
My argument would be more around the men's brand. So does Cadet replace a men's brand?
It's just a balance of how much more men's do we want. That's the.
But at least all the men's this time would be very different.
Well, is there someone else we should reconsider?
I think Gypsy can wait.
I think Gypsy Sport is great.
But don't penalize Chris because he has less of a business, because Gypsy Sport doesn't have a business.
It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. It's just more authentic.
I would rather go with Chris.
You need some women's wear people here.
I like the eclecticity of having very different things because I find it interesting, and that's what fashion is about. And it's, we're seeing new talent, and it's very interesting to see the movements, the things that are happening.
Should we vote?
One of my favorite parts of the process is when I get to pick up the phone and call the finalists and let them know they've been selected. It's an honor for me and a privilege to call them and give them good news.
Hello?
Hello, is Becca available, please?
This is Becca.
Hello? Jonathan?
Yes.
Hey, it's Steven from CFDA.
Steven, good morning.
I know who this is. I can tell by your voice. You are speaking to Stephen Cole, the CEO of the CFDA. I am calling because the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund judges met this morning and are inviting you to be one of the finalists this year for the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund.
So worth breaking that couch.
All right, so you're in.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to hold it together. Thank you so much.
Your shoes
Where Diane Von Furstenberg
loved them, Jenna Lyons loved them, Anna Wintour loved them, all the judges loved them. So it was pretty
without question that we were
gonna have you part of the program this year.
Wow.
I usually only call the winners because, I want them to know. But because I had come to your collection and I know you, I felt I should still call you and let you know we did pick you.
Oh, thank you so much, Steven. This is so exciting. I'm shaking right now.
There's a lot of hard work
yet to come.
You'll meet your other finalists tonight at an event at the Jane Hotel.
Okay, I'll make sure I'm not crying by then.
We'll see you later tonight.
Bye.
I like her.
I felt like it was like Christmas morning. Am I getting my Atari or am I getting socks?
This is awesome. I'm so stoked.
You did it.
When we first decided to start the business, we had this discussion really that are we going to adopt children or are we going to start a business? That's really the conversation that we had. Yeah.
Babe, I got in. I wish I could stop crying. I feel like me being here is really like representative for any little girl who thought that she could do something that would change the world.
I was just nominated for the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund. I'm just like from Virginia. This is something I did for fun. Oh, I don't know. It's so crazy. It's a true honor.
When you have Vogue and the CFDA kind of saying like, we're paying attention, we want other people to see, then it's pretty surreal.
I think we need another air conditioner in our house.
I'm going to Gypsy Sports Show, a Rio show, and while I'm there, I'm going to ambush him backstage and let him know that he is one of the 10 finalists for the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund.
You two switch places? Right on there.
You get them set by 4:15, then they've got a 15-minute window for photography front of house.
Perfect.
Which one's Rio? Rio. Are you Rio?
Yes.
I'm Steven.
Steven, I know exactly who you are. Thank you so much
How do you know who I am?
Well, how do I not know who
Look
you
at
are?
you. Guess what?
What?
You got picked for CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund. You're one of the 10 finalists.
It was overwhelming. I was in the middle of getting the show together and they gave me the news. It totally threw me off. All I can think about is what challenges are ahead of us.
I know you have a show.
Yes.
I'm going to be there at 4:30. Mark Holgate's going to come to the show from Vogue. He's a big fan of yours. And then after that, you got to pack everything up and you got to get to the Jade Hotel at 5:15. You ready for it?
No, not at all.
All right, you better get ready. You know,
I'm gonna do it, but I'm not ready.
All right.
I'm gonna do it.
I think he got a little bit caught off guard by me showing up.
Are you surprised? Did you think you were going to make it?
No.
Everybody really likes the way you're mixing it up, and it's kind of where fashion is heading, right? So you've taken a big responsibility in shifting the industry. So.
You know what I think is going to be really fun to watch is what happens with gypsy sport. There's a sea change, gender fluidity, androgyny, boy meets girl, and steals her clothes, or whatever you want to call it. You can label it anything. It's a passion for kind of just looking fantastic. So I'm all about it.
This is game-changing for designers, and it really is. They are now one of the chosen. They are part of a very select group of designers that are associated with the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund, and that carries weight.
For those of you who don't know, this is Anna Wintour. Hi. I think they're all in shock. I think.
Anna Wintour.
Hi, I'm Brad from Cadet.
It's a little nuts.
I'm Matt Baldwin.
Hi. Oh, we came all the way from Kansas?
Yes, I did.
Well done.
Anna Wintour, she is so iconic and amazing, and she's just done so much for so many people and is such a pillar of like the fashion industry all around the world.
So first of all, the breakfast presentation's next week at Milk, and that's really like you telling your story and you showing your product.
You present to the selection committee for 15 minutes. You have a few minutes to talk about yourself and show past, present, and future looks. And then we ask you some incredibly uncomfortable questions that you have to answer brilliantly. We see through when you're not being who you are.
I'm already getting nervous thinking about speaking to the panel.
I'm definitely nervous about it. I don't know what to expect.
I think for a lot of them, it's their wildest dreams are coming true, but it's also, I think, hugely scary. They should be scared. It's a lot of work.
Be early. If you're not going to be on time, do not be late. We do not like late people or late things.
We're gonna really ask them to stretch their limits of what they do and what they're able to do.
Being honored by CFDA is irreplaceable, but it comes with quite a few challenges. I think part of the honor is standing up to those challenges.
I have a very busy few months ahead for you. It's very intense.
Are you all up for it?
Next week on the Fashion Fund.
This year, the designers have only 1 week before their first presentation to the judges.
There's so many moving parts.
It's a lot of pressure.
Should we do some questions?
They've each picked 5 looks that represent the past, present, and future of the brand.
Should we wear like name tags, like we're the judges? Welcome, David. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you for having me.